Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. You know, sometimes the ego just gets in the way. Alright, enough camera time. We're not going to talk about the ego today. Today we're going to talk about, and I'm going to name this video, Jesus Take the Wheel. That's really sort of outside of what I usually do, right? The reason why I'm naming it that is because it's such an amazing statement, and if you are American and Southern, you really can relate to that statement. I think we all can. So you can replace Jesus with anything else that makes you comfortable. We're not here to talk about religion. We're here to talk about the concept of that entire statement. This is the key to peace, transition, and opening up the gateway to absolutely everything that's amazing that you could be living right now. At the end of my e-course, I'm going to keep plugging it. You know why? I spent a year on it to help you guys, and it's the only way I can do it because I cannot personally mentor you. I don't have enough hours in the day to do that, and you don't have enough money to pay me for that hour because I am more valuable doing an e-course that can reach literally millions than spending one-on-one in an hour, and that entire course costs less than what it would cost to talk to me for an hour. And we can't do a lot in an hour, but that is 6 weeks at least, more or less depending on how quick you blow through it, of intense training that really gives you practices and meditations, 180 videos, 17 meditations, practices, everything. Let's battle, knock it out. Let's not battle anything. Let's knock this out, knock it out. Let's see the world differently. Let's tap into those probabilities. Let's understand how that works. So I thought it'd be really fun to do Jesus Take the Wheel because there is one of the biggest, I think, challenges for us, and this is in the course, is can you let go? Because when you don't let go and you're trying to control everything, guess who's in charge? The ego. All right? So the ego is always trying to control things because it thinks that it can correct and fix everything. It can't. Because nothing focused on the material world, which is not real anyways, there's nothing material about the material world, but it appears to be to us because we're creating everything. It's fun. Everything about that doesn't have that kind of energy that we can connect to and that we are, that truly holds the power. It's just a construct of that power and those thoughts and those beliefs. So what you're seeing isn't the fix, isn't the power, isn't the happiness, isn't the peace. It's the power behind it that creates those things, that does it. So if you're looking for this to help you and make you happy, you're missing the fact that this created that, and if you keep going back up here, that's where all peace and abundance and beauty and love lies. So, Jesus Take the Wheel. Why am I going to use that? That statement is basically saying, I give up, take the wheel, because you, the higher power that I know loves me, is unconditional love, is the epitome of total peace, of total miracles, and everything that is forgiving, non-judgmental, wants the best for you. There are no mistakes, there's no chaos, uses all of these challenges for amazing transition, and it is all good. It helps to become those higher beings that we are, but we, as humans, the ego, sees it differently, right? The ego always sees everything differently. Wow, like, are you going to do that every time I say the ego? All right, fine. So, Jesus Take the Wheel is part of my teaching, and that is, everything is as it should be. Now, we dig deep into that. But we don't believe that, so we battle it. It's not supposed to be this way. Because the ego thinks that it's supposed to. The ego believes that everything should be the way it wants in the material world. when that's not happening, it's not connected to this higher spirit that says, this is exactly how it should be, because of this is a reflection of my beliefs and my thinking. So if things are going wrong, the ego believes that it's wrong because it wants things to be a certain way. And the spiritual side of you, your higher being, your higher self, knows that it created those situations for you to ascend, for you to learn, to see it differently. But if you're not seeing it differently and you battle it, then you are absolutely in struggle and pain. Now, we're going to experience pain, but you don't have to experience struggle. Struggle is when you battle it. Connecting to your higher self is when you see it as your blatant neon sign saying, your cosmic telegram, boom, boom, this still needs to be worked on. This needs to be let go. This is good for you. This is all part of your ability to ascend. Are you looking? Cosmic telegram. So what's cosmic telegram? Everything that's happening around you is a message. Everything. But what happens? So as I explained in other videos, telegrams in the old days were not usually good things. That's back in the war when they would pay to send a telegram because you had to get a message immediately because we didn't have all the stuff, you know, the computers and cell phones and all that stuff. So they would put it in writing. They didn't want to even call on the phone. They want to make sure it got to the right person. And there was a message, your son is missing in action, or somebody died. You know, that happened a lot during the wars. So when a telegram showed up during those time periods, most people didn't want to open it because they knew it probably had something bad in it. Now, sometimes it would be a really good thing, like congratulations on your wedding anniversary or whatever. So that comes, cosmic telegrams do that too. So when you don't want to open the telegram, you have this pile of messages, bigger and bigger and bigger, and what happens is they're blocking the doors and the windows, and pretty soon things get worse and worse and worse, and you don't know why. Time to open up the cosmic telegram and look. You're always struggling financially. This is your message. It's you. You're doing it. Look at this. You are doing it. We are the reflection of what you're thinking and believing. What are you going to do to change this? And you say, no, it's the boss, or it's the wrong opportunity, or I'm too smart. Somebody wrote me, they're well educated and everybody else is the problem. I thought, open up your cosmic telegram. It's not them, it's you. It always is. And when something happens out there that seems bad, it's another cosmic telegram to say, that's a mismatch. You're not supposed to be there. It's okay. Or what did you learn? Or with me, my foot was killing me for years. Oh, as soon as I quit investment banking, guess what? Spontaneous healing. Really bizarre. Really bizarre experience. I mean, literally, something happened that was beyond it didn't just stop hurting. I was very aware that something was working on my foot during my sleep. And I woke up, so I spontaneously healed as soon as I let go of the place that I wasn't supposed to be, the career, the lower frequency that I didn't resonate with. All right, so everything's a cosmic message. It appears to be bad. Oh, I'm going to get rid of my career or whatever. No, hey, hallelujah. Best decision I made. Relationships, divorce. Yay! Thank you. Bye. Even if it's a nice person, it's like, we're not supposed to be together because you're spiritually on a different path. That's usually the case. So what we're afraid to do, we fear, because we project something that's the material world that's, not giving us what we need, is we battle it. We try to hang on to it. I have to have that person. Please, how do I get my ex back? Let it go. You want to turn somebody off? Ugh. Act like a, needy person that's trying to control things. How do I get them to love me? Why are you not letting it go? It didn't work. There's a reason it didn't work. There's a very big reason it didn't work. What's your telegram? Was it them? Was it you? Was it both of you together? It doesn't matter. What did you learn from it? And what are you going to do with that to empower yourself? Because these are amazing messages. for you to do amazing things. Jesus takes the wheel is when you let go and you realize that you're going to tap into the first energy field. That's your highest one. The second one is the human form that you took. Takes you down because you forget that and you go into a dense body. The third one is, well, we know what the third one is. The ego. And that's really dense. And most people are tapping into that third. I know I have. The third density, where you think that's your world. And even if you're trying to do the right things and being nice, you're still coming from the ego that's trying to control the outside world, the material world that thinks that's what it is. We all have gone to that space. We have to experience that until we figure out, that's not what it is. And some of us are in the higher energy fields and still experiencing that ego until you realize, wait a minute, none of this seems right, doesn't feel right, it's not working, and you let it go. Jesus, take the wheel. So you could say, whoever you talk to, angels take the wheel, source take the wheel, name whoever you look to, or what entity or energy. It's you get to choose. Nobody's going to judge that. Whatever you believe that is the higher power there to support you, take the wheel, which is you. Which is you. You're the co-pilot at all times. That nothing takes the wheel without your permission and without you navigating where it's going to go. So you have to put that GPS position in. And that whoever's going to take the wheel for you will say, here's the path. And you go, I would have never taken that path. Wow. It's so much quicker. And it's beautiful. It's more pleasant. Wow. It's scenic. I was going to take the highway, the dirty, stinking highway with all the traffic. And struggled. But I just let go, and look at what you did. You just took me on this beautiful path. I don't have to battle anything anymore. Wow, how amazing is that? I guess I don't know everything. I don't know the turf. So you're always in control of the destiny. And you get to decide if you stop along the way and do some sightseeing, or you stay, here for a while and, sit at the pond and watch the ducks, and then you decide if you stop into this town and stay there for a while and move on, and you get to decide all of that. But if you're not releasing and allowing, you are the ego trying to control. And the ego is a separate thinking energy. It thinks it's separate, and it's not. It believes that it is a separate entity that needs to be protected. So Jesus, take the wheel. Love it. It's like, I'm done. I've hit this point where, right? I've hit this point where I'm not making the right decision. I'm not making good decisions. Take the wheel. And then when you surrender, it's total surrender. People don't like that word. Oh, I'm out of control. I'm not controlling anything. Right? Surrender means I finally am just allowing that perfect, beautiful energy of which I am to take control, to take over with my permission. That's it. Don't create any story in your head about that. Oh, where it's going to take, it's an evil force. That is you creating an evil force. That's, again, you putting an evil force in your GPS. The one doesn't do that, you do. So don't go into that space. That's really, what? If you believe it, it's true for you. Why would you want to believe something like that? All right? So knock it off. Stop with the stories and the made-up stuff. All right? So don't you want to go into that beautiful space? I think you do. I think that's why you're here. You're awakening. You really are. If you're on here, you're already awakening. It could be a gradual process, but ask yourself where you were a year ago. Probably not enlightened. And you'll think, well, wait a minute, I'm not feeling good now, but I'm actually more aware now, and I'm actually in a better place because I'm understanding this better. Last year I was hopeless or unhappy or whatever. And this year, well, maybe I'm still not feeling really good, but I feel like I have a little more control, or I know that I have some control out there that I'm starting to tap into or exploring and meditating more, whatever. It takes practice. And if you let go, believe me, whoever you release that wheel to is going to take you to amazing places. And that's letting that fear go, that fear of an outcome that you think is going to happen outside of you. Believe me, it's way beyond what human energy can do. And it would never take us into the dark spaces. Why? Because we're choosing that. And those dark spaces are absolutely our cosmic message for positive change. They always are. There's nothing negative in this universe, in my opinion. It appears to be. These are all experiences. That's it. They are not being judged good nor bad. They are lower frequency experiences, and all of them allow us to transcend to a higher one. Everything is, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to hurt people. It doesn't feel to be hurt. It doesn't feel good to not connect to your higher self. That's the experience that allows you to transcend to a higher. That's it. Don't name it. Oh, it shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't, because I'm going to protect myself because... Thank you. All right, so Jesus, take the wheel. Source, take the wheel. Universe, take the wheel. That's cool. And when you let go, it's like, oh, this huge burden of you trying to figure everything out, because you, the human, can't possibly. You, the higher self, which exists herein, and basically you're just stepping aside. The ego and the second field is stepping aside and allowing the first one to take over. And it has all the answers. And trust it. You have to trust it if you're going to go on that pathway and get the results you want. You must trust it. Otherwise, don't bother. You can't be going, well, I'm going to put my finger here on the wheel a little bit and I'm going to nudge it over here. Okay, good. Go off on that pathway in the woods and get stuck in the dark woods, with no fire or shelter. You'll go, oh, wait a minute, we were on a sunny, beautiful road. Okay, I'm going to stop touching that wheel. So Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel, whatever you want to put in there. Jesus is a beautiful prophet that was here and showed us a brighter way, as did many other prophets. And so whatever you choose, you put in there, but can you allow it to take the wheel? It's such an amazing feeling when you have that kind of faith and trust. And I'll tell you what, oh no, I thought there was a stray cat. Well, I don't see stray cats here. They were all over the place in my last neighborhood, and that's the other thing, I let go of that. Let go of something amazing. Hey, it's easy to let go of something that's not working, right? But when you let go of something that's really amazing, you're really enjoying, and trusting that wherever you're going is where you're supposed to be, wow, that's when you really have faith. And I let go, man, and I had no clue. I had no clue what I was going to do, and I moved. I packed up everything in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I chose a new place and moved. You want stress? If you want stress. And it didn't stress me out. I don't know. It was an amazing experience. It pushed me to the limits physically. Because I was launching Breakthrough Fear, my e-course at the same time. I just let Jesus take the wheel. And I kept saying, you got to help me here. Come on. I need some help. And the moving people were amazing and wonderful to me. The people that rented trucks to me were wonderful. Everything worked out perfectly. And do you know what's funny? I'll tell you what, I got a U-Haul one day just to pull some of my own stuff that I wanted to put on there and bring it over. When I went to the U-Haul place, you're going to love this. When I went to the U-Haul place, They said, no, you ordered it from the one that's a couple miles down the street. I said, no, this one's so convenient, it's close. I didn't want to be 2 miles further away. I knew I was going to come home pretty late and have to drop that truck off. And they went, okay, so you don't question it, right? You let Jesus take the wheel. So I drove to the second one and went, wow, this is inconvenient, but it is what it is. I got the truck. When I was done, I got home. I got back to the U-Haul very late. They were already closed. I had to drop the keys in. Well, right next to the U-Hauls where we had to park, and it was a CVS. It was a pharmacy store. As if you know this story, I had glass in my foot, and I went into emergency twice, one of those outpatients, and both times they said, we can't get this out. You have to go to a specialist because they're going to have to really dig deep and get it out. And so I was and I couldn't make an appointment within 2 weeks. And so I'm walking around on a foot that has a shard of glass in. It was very painful, but I did it, and I moved myself. I was going to that, and I thought, I know I can get this thing out, and I don't know why they're being such ninnies and not doing it. That CVS, I decided to, and I'd gone to other pharmacies to look for this. That CVS, I decided to, at the last minute, to walk in there at 11 o'clock at night. And I looked for a tool to try and dig this piece of glass out of my foot because I was convinced I could get it out. I found something perfect that had tiny needle nose that was much better than the ones I had. I purchased that. I went home and I got the glass out by myself. I had to dig really deep to get it, but I got it out. What was that? Jesus took the wheel and guided me to that place, to go into that drugstore, to find that instrument, to get that glass out that the outpatient wouldn't even do for me. I'm telling you, you gotta trust. You gotta trust. It's something that simple that's that big. Right? That was pretty amazing. If I had not supposedly ordered the truck from the wrong place that seemed inconvenient, have faith, people. It's amazing. And when you look back and you say, oh my gosh, I would have never gone on that path if certain things hadn't aligned that seemed wrong, that seemed like they were inconvenient. Jesus, take the wheel. Source, take the wheel. Universe, take the wheel, because you're amazing, and I know you're always going to lead me to the highest, most beautiful place. And I'm so excited. And okay, stuff happens along the way, and most people will go, oh, wait a minute. Then they go back into fear, and then they let you know who take over. Don't look at me like that. All right, so what are you going to do? Try it. It's going to blow your mind. It's like stuff's going to happen and you're going to go, oh my gosh, this is just cray-cray. You realize, no, it's not. That's how the universe works, and we're just not using it. We're down here thinking all this stuff is real, and we're not realizing that power is off the freaking charts amazing. And everything starts to happen that's so beautiful. And I get up in the morning and I say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, gave me everything to a T. I even asked for a unique fireplace. I probably should have specified I didn't want a metal one. I mean, really, it's very, very specific, right? And then you say, thank you. And so many times we're not saying thank you. All right, so I'm going to do another video about that because it's so important for you to recognize what you do have. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.